Hey, welcome to my channel and welcome to an attempt at a hellbent reading vlog. Who knows if that's gonna work? I literally finished filming a video a minute ago and I was like, I'm about to sit down and start reading. Let me grab my camera from the other room and film my thoughts. You can see my cat in the background. Look at her. She's getting steamed in her tent because she has like, I'm not gonna get into it, but she deals a lot with nasal congestion and stuffy noses in the winter. So we set up this little tent for her to get steamed. And of course she came out of it. She doesn't want to be on film. Anyway, this is a very weird angle. I think the first step is for me to remind myself what happened at the end of Ninth House, because even though I finished this only in November, I'm like, how did it end though? Like, you know, like I know what the plot was, but like what was the end? Obviously there's gonna be spoilers, especially for Ninth House. I'm going to try and keep the Hellbent stuff spoiler free, especially once it kind of like really starts going. I'll probably freely spoil the first like quarter of it. So, but I mean, like that's not the action, you know? Like I'm like very anti-spoilers. So I prefer to go into a book like having no idea what's going on. Let's see. Darlington is in hell. That's important. He's a demon. Gentleman demon or whatever. That's him. So I know that. We're going to hell to get Darlington. So that's how that one ends. And then, this is a special Barnes & Noble edition. So I went there today to get it. I really like the white one. And yes, this is like a freaky little dead rabbit thing. I kind of hate it, but I also kind of love it. Like, it's so creepy. And then the inside cover. Oh my God, obsessed. What if I just like read this whole book to you right now? I always love, there's a map of Yale. Me and my girlfriend want to go to Yale and like go to some of these places because it's literally 20 minutes away. Maybe, oh, if we do that this month, I can put it in this video. I can like vlog it and put it in this video. Oh my God, look at me. Oh my God, the cat's back. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm losing my mind already. The chokehold this woman has on me. So right now I am in my office. Figured I'd give you a little Hellbent reading vlog update in here while I'm actually right now looking for my third outfit for Coachella. I'm a big fan of Coachella, the music festival in California, if you don't know. The lineup came out on Tuesday, on the 10th, and me and there's like a group of 4 of us going, and this is gonna be my 6th or 7th Coachella, which is like crazy. This year, Bad Bunny, Blackpink, and Frank Ocean are headlining, which is exciting. I'm a big Blackpink fan, and one of my best friends is like like ride or die for like Big Bunny. Big Bunny? Who's Big Bunny? I'm really tired. Did I say Big Bunny when I did the lineup? No, that's the Easter Bunny. Bad Bunny. So she's really excited about that, and I'm excited to like do that. But right now I'm looking for like a third outfit. It's disgusting out and I hate it, and I have like all the lights on in here, but it's still so dark. But anyway, I am 28%, I believe, through Hellbent. It is crazy. The cool thing about like a second book, it's like, is that you don't have to like world build and like introduce the characters and everything. Like, just come in and you're like interested already. Like, I care about like what's going on with like Darlington without them having to like convince me that he's more than just a like Yale snob or whatever, you know. I'm like, I understand him now. So I'm like, get that man out of hell. And now like I have like 150 pages left. I've spent like all day today reading, and yeah, completely forgot to like film any of it or update prior to right now. But my goal is like, actually it's like 10 o'clock at night. My goal is to like finish this tonight. Like, I'm just gonna read and not stop. It's so good. Oh my god. I think I like it more than Ninth House, which like, I love Ninth House, so I did not expect to love this more, but I'm very excited about it. It's just so good. Like, I really love the way that Leigh Bardugo writes kind of like the side characters, because I feel like sometimes, I don't know, they can, you read other books and it's just like, it feels like a supporting cast of like, I don't know, they're all just there to like prop up the main character and like all this stuff. But I feel like each one like I really like or I hate, but like for complicated reasons and all of that, and I really like it. But what specific thoughts do I have that like I don't want to spoil stuff? So I'm trying to think like, what can I say specifically without getting into it. I feel like this, like the first one was definitely like dark academia, like playing with like the occult, supernatural, all of that aspect, leaning speculative. But this one honestly has gone like full fantasy. Like, I mean, it's still dark academia, but I feel like dark academia is on a spectrum, and the first one was kind of like in the middle, leaning speculative, and this is just like full, like, you know, like I'm reading like If We Were Villains, and that is very like based in reality so far, you know, like, whereas there's not going to be like, nobody's going to hell, nobody's like going around Sterling Library like opening portals, you know. I don't know, it really adds like a fun element to it, like having it take place so close to where I live. Like one of the restaurants, her and that guy Anselm or whatever, they eat at this place called Shell and Bones, I think, and I've eaten there. Like, it's a restaurant in New Haven on the water that I've actually like eaten at before, and so that's like so random. Like I like Googled it and I was like, wait, like I've been here before. So that, I don't know, that was kind of cool. And like there's other references where I'm like, wait, like I almost get it sometimes like a second before, because I'm like, wait, you're referencing like this one thing, like mention of like these characters' names in like the 1600s, which were like Whaley and Dixwell, and I was like, those are streets in New Haven. And then the next sentence was like, and those streets in New Haven are named after them. And I'm like the smartest person on earth. Connecticut's finally good for something. But yeah, I'm excited to finish it. I will update you with thoughts when I finish it. Probably not today, but because because it'll be like, I'll be finishing it and like literally like falling into bed asleep. But yeah. I don't know what to say. Popping in really quickly, I finished Hellbent. I will be sitting down to actually like talk about that and like with like better lighting and like makeup on or whatever to actually end the vlog. But right now I think that I'm going to go to my local library and try and film there a little bit, because I literally have a stack of library books that like I've already renewed and need to be read soon. But there's like, my town has 2 branches, and there's one branch that's like 2 minutes away from me that has been under construction, and I'm pretty sure like the adult section is open now, so like I have to check it out. But yeah, next time you see me might be library footage. That'll probably be iPhone stuff. And then after that, the next time you see me after that will be final thoughts on this beautiful, beautiful thing. So first of all, just got back from the library, did a little makeup, put my hair in a little jaw clip thingy. Totally wrong about the adult part of my local library being open, but they have this weird like annex thing that's in like the old library or something. It's somewhere, it's in this weird little thing where they have like the book nook where they're like selling stuff to like benefit the like friends of the library, and then they also have some like new releases. So I was looking around there and I figured might as well show you the library books I've gotten since my TBR video at the beginning of January. So I got this, you can read it. It's got that like crazy glare from the light over there. But it is The Language of Thorns, Midnight Tales and Dangerous Magic by Leigh Bardugo. It's basically on like myths about, well, myths, but like the stories of like different saints and stuff in the Grishaverse. So I thought that would be kind of fun, because after I finish Crooked Kingdom, I'm taking a pause to like read other things before I start like The King of Scars and The Rule of Wolves, and I thought that this would be kind of a fun thing to read then. And then so today I got 2 books that one of them that I kind of want to read because I think I might hate it, and I think that is kind of fun sometimes. But Alice Feeney, Daisy Darker. I know that Gabby Reads loved this book. Like, it was one of her favorite books of 2022, and I agree with her in a lot of books, but then I know that like the story ain't over, like hated it. So like, and so many people who I've gotten great recommendations for like disagree. So I have no idea what to expect. And then a book I just know I'm gonna love it, Our Wives Under the Sea. If I end up really loving it and need to buy it, I will have to buy the British version, because it's just like, the UK cover is so creepy. I'll like maybe like insert a picture here, and I'm obsessed with it. So if this is like a book that I need to own, then I will be buying that one. So the point of this whole vlog, my final thoughts on Hellbent. My first final thought is I know that a lot of people hate this cover, and it is terrifying. Like, I won't pretend that it's not. But I really feel like you're not gonna be surprised that this book is dark when you see this. And like, Rabbit, whatever the rabbit's name that find out that story in this book is, I feel like, kind of an important concept in the book. Like, Alex really, in general, but especially in this book, really struggles with kind of her identity as like a hero versus a villain versus just a normal person versus someone who's special and all of that. I'm gonna get into like some little spoilers, because at the end of Ninth House, like Darlington is, mostly Ninth House spoilers, not Darlington is, he's in hell, and that whole thing with the gentleman demon. So they realize that like he's in hell, and Alex and Dawes, Pammy Dawes, who is like the other person at Leigh, are like, we have to rescue him. So this whole book is about, the main plot is about like rescuing Darlington from hell, which I wouldn't say it's like a religious idea of hell exactly, because it's almost like in Ninth House you get these things where like there's multiple types of hell and there's multiple levels and places. Like Alex is in like that one that's like almost like Egyptian like, and there's that river and stuff, and then but then I feel like there's some more like more traditional types, and there's, in this one you see some that are almost like, they remind me a lot of like the Upside Down and Stranger Things, where it's like our world but like twisted, and it's like there are demons and all of this. And this is like a slight spoiler, but this book introduces vampires as a concept, which I think is really interesting, like how it does that and how it's like part of the mythology that it's already kind of created, which I didn't expect. I was like, I don't know, I never expected there to be like vampires, and now I almost feel like that like explodes the world and allows, like, I don't want to see like unicorns or whatever, but I feel like there could almost be like anything now. Like if there are like vampires and demons, like there could be werewolves, there could be dragons, you know, like I'm like very interested to see if the world expands anymore, or if like the ghosts and vampires and demons are all kind of part of this world. Leigh Bardugo is like so good at world building, so I know that this world has rules, and I'm interested to see like what those kind of end up being. Overall, this is a 5-star again, but Ninth House was like, I read that book and I was like, there is nothing else I can read in 2022 that I'm going to love the way I love that. Like as soon as I read it, I knew, and like it was already November anyway, so I was like, this is number one. And as much as I loved like Normal People or whatever, like it wasn't gonna top it. Whereas this is a 5-star that honestly has already been topped. Like I would say, but by her, she has topped this for me in the month of January 2023. Another Leigh Bardugo book would be like higher on my list than this. But if I was making a top 10 list at the end of the year, I could see this being on there. There's no way to know really now because I haven't sat with it yet. But this is, I believe, supposed to be a trilogy, and I would say that this one suffers from that like second book syndrome that happens a lot of times, where like I noticed it when I was reading the Shadow and Bone books with like Siege and Storm, or I think a lot of people, like if you think of like the Hunger Games, like Catching Fire is my favorite book in the Hunger Games, but if you think about it, like as far as what it does for the plot, I think that the first half of it doesn't do much, and then like the end of it is like so important. And I feel like there's a bit of that with this, where it's just like so much is happening because it needs to, because like, I wouldn't say that it's a spoiler to say that like you go into this feeling like if there's going to be 3 books, by the end of this book they need to have saved Darlington in some way in order for a 3rd book to be worth it. Because like if the problem presented at the end of the 1st book isn't solved in the 2nd book, why would I tune in for a 3rd book for more of the same? Because I know, because yeah, it creates this like distrust with the reader. So you know that that's gonna happen, and it just, so there's a lot of like, this has to happen, and like all of that. But I found that the way that it all really happened was like really, really interesting. Like some of the things happened like so much faster than you expected. Like they do like a ritual like pretty early on that has like really big consequences. And like there's like another problem like related to people she knows from home that like I thought, because in the 1st book in Ninth House there was like multiple POVs that had different timelines, and I thought that we were gonna get 2 timelines from Alex's point of view, because there's a couple chapters that are from the summer, and I thought that was gonna like continue, but it didn't. And I was really happy about that, because I was like, this feels like, I don't know, I didn't want to like stay in that. Things were kind of resolved quicker or more background than I was worried they would be at first. And the thing I really loved about this one is, and I think I've seen a lot of people say that's what they really love, is in the 1st one, really the only characters that get screen time, whatever, like are developed are Alex and Darlington. But in this one, you spend so much time, especially with Pammy Dawes, who is amazing. She's basically like the researcher at Leigh, so she's kind of like a introverted little nerd, and everyone loves her, like, you know, and that is like the #1 thing you will see about these books is like Dawes, amazing. And like she is so much more of a character in this. She like at the end of Ninth House, she does something kind of out of character for her, out of her comfort zone. And you see her like dealing with the consequences of that, and see how that like made her grow and all of that. And she stands up for herself, and she tells people to go fuck themselves, and I love that. And I don't know, and I love a slow burn romance, and like they are taking their sweet ass time with Darlington and Alex. Like I just want them to kiss. But I feel like this book like made them more aware of their feelings in a way that I don't think either of them really was in the 1st one. So hopefully in the 3rd one they will be kissing. But yeah, I think that who should read this book and who shouldn't? I think if you liked Ninth House, but you struggled with some of the attempts at commentary, like there were some moments that were, and I read them as like social commentary on the class system and all of that in New Haven, or rape culture at college and everything. But I also know that for some people, it's like, well, why does a 20-something-year-old woman need to read about rape culture? Not telling her anything new. And there are some scenes that can be kind of uncomfortable with that. And I think, yeah, some of like the class divide things just felt like you're getting beaten over the head with them at points. Like I don't agree, but people said that. And I would say that those issues are gone, and some of the characters who were most victimized by the rape culture find their power again after what happens to them. So I think that if you were like, I like this world building and I like this concept, but some of the more, I guess, kind of non-fantasy elements, like the real world, like what it is like probably for most people to go to Yale, where somebody could slip something in your drink, or where you're feeling like you're poor because you don't have the right shoes or whatever, has been dropped as they're dealing with bigger things. So I think if you liked the concept of Ninth House but not always the execution, I would definitely try this. And then if you just like dark academia that leads more fantasy, I would definitely recommend it. If you like a slow burn romance, if you like morally gray characters, I would say Alex Stern is very like, hi, I'm the problem, it's me. So yeah, I think if you like badass women, slow burn romances, magic, fantasy, heists, dark academia, female friendship, all that kind of stuff, you should definitely check it out. It is massive, but I mean, I read it in 5 days, I think. So anyway, that was my attempt at a reading vlog. I love watching reading vlogs, so I figured I might as well try and do one. And what better reason than my favorite author releasing a book. And yeah, I'll probably do other ones in the future and hopefully I'll actually film a little bit more of me actually reading instead of doing so much of my reading like at night. But yeah, I'm glad I finished this because I start school next week and I don't know if I'll be having as much time to read 600-page novels. So thank you so much for watching, and let me know if you have read this book yet, and if you have, what you thought, or if I have convinced you to. Let me know if you have any like advice for reading vlogs in general. Definitely, I think I'm really just watching a lot of them and finding ones I like. I think Allison Pages does them really well. My friend Emily Good does them really well. So yeah, I'm trying to just like study, get better about that. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, be my friend. Thanks, bye.